Durham University is a melting pot of people from a variety of educations, nationalities and backgrounds as a whole. Within this then, how do we express ourselves and define who we are? Our own identity construction provides a means to set ourselves apart. Jenkins said that identity is a human capacity to know who is who and hence what is what. It involves the classification or mapping of the human world and our place in it, as individuals and as members of collectives. Within the context of university, the most obvious means of defining yourself and your identity is through joining sports clubs and societies. As Taj Fell said, how I identify myself has a bearing on how I define my interests. Wise also suggested that those who participate in sport are able to display their dexterity, strength, intelligence, courage or self-control as a part of their identity within a social environment. The focus of this film is on the Durham Rugby Club and its identity within Durham University as a social collective. Are the members of the DURFC renowned for their sporting excellence or for their exploits off the field?
Boisterous, outgoing and successful.
United, I guess. We're a very close-knit club. I think 2 words, but fun-loving. And how do I say? Don't take ourselves too seriously, in 1 word.
Hard-working, dedicated and successful.
I'd go for boys, banter and booze.
Mud, lads, beer. Loud, good and obnoxious.
Laddish, drinking and intimidating, I think. Yeah.
I suppose hopefully we have a good reputation as a club, as a sports club, but potentially on the social side we might have a bad reputation.
There's probably pretty negative recognition, not entirely unfounded. Also a little bit built upon the reputation of maybe years gone by.
People that don't know people in the rugby club, I'd say often quite negative towards us. You get a lot of stereotyping, whereas people that actually know us are quite positive towards us. They know that we're decent guys.
I suppose we get a bit carried away sometimes, but in general hopefully it's positive view of the club.
I would think kind of quite outspoken, quite upfront, quite up themselves a little bit. We thought so. I think they've come out of schools where they were the kind of top dogs, particularly a lot of them will come out of private schools, and I think that sort of thing. I mean, we want them to be confident. There's a borderline between confidence and arrogance. Say positive overall.
I think the rugby club overall in Durham would be looked at in quite a negative light, but I see it in a positive light.
Probably negative. People that don't do sport just see them like out and about hammered, so I don't think they see like the positive stuff that they do.
I'd say that they're not the most popular as a group, but as individuals they're all pretty nice guys. Because it's a rugby club, they do boyish, laddish things which other people might think is inappropriate or not very funny, but I guess if you're involved in that environment then you like it and you enjoy it.
I'd say it's probably been the main influence of my university experience. I was a member of the club before I was part of university. I turned up for pre-season before I'd even started term.
It's influenced my university experience in a lot of ways. I think I've really enjoyed it because it's given me a little bit more structure. Being at university, you have your lectures and your seminars, but you've always got having a little bit of something else that you take really seriously and that you need to train for makes you take everything else more seriously.
Positively, obviously I've enjoyed playing rugby from when I was younger, and it's given me an opportunity to continue to do so at a good level, and the opportunity to meet other people who play rugby with similar interests in me.
It does take away time from when you could be working, but we've got plenty of time, and definitely it's a positive thing. You know, it's a really good social network, and the experience I got out of it is unbelievable.
Probably is my social life a little bit to a certain extent. That might sound a little bit sad.
I think it's had a massive positive effect on my social life in terms of I've met, like, in Durham University Rugby Club, almost every single person there is a great bloke. I do enjoy the social side of it, going out on a Wednesday with some of your best mates, yeah.
Moved away from just having, say, college friends or course friends of you meet more people in Durham, you get to know more people, therefore you meet more people that you enjoy spending time with.
Say through sporting success.
Probably both. They haven't lost in a while, and they're always going out.
Do you know much about their sporting success?
They became runners up last year. But
I'd say more the social role.
Yeah, social role in Durham.
Both. I think actually more lately I was in social success because they are 3 years on at least a bit of respect.
I would think so. I think like you see them more out on promoting like kind of events rather than going to see them play.
Sure. Like what sort of things they do as a social role?
Lads, mate, love sack.
Big nights.
When we set out at the beginning of making this film, looking at the identity of the rugby club, we assumed that the majority of people would be well informed with the massive success of the team. Likewise, we anticipated that there would be a general respect and appreciation for the club. In reality, we found a substantial difference between the in-group and out-group perceptions. Those within the rugby club, and people acquainted with them, seem to hold different views to the general student population. On the whole, the views of the student body were negative. Brewer suggests that this out-group dislike may be a result of in-group bias and preferential treatment. An example of this would be Durham nightlife being largely managed by the rugby club. This masculine, hegemonic, homosocial behaviour encourages animosity. Another key theme, which Hogg and Turner suggested, was that organisations are used as social categories. This acts as a means to quickly define individuals' characters. This may explain why individual identities are lost as the collective identity dominates. Consequently, negative stereotyping occurs where club members are judged on the whole group's actions instead of their own.